Hey YouTube, it's the G. It's my first YouTube video. I am going to be joining the Banded Sisterhood this Friday, May the 4th. Today is day 3 of my pre-op diet. Not a big fan of the protein shake. I thought, oh, protein shakes, chocolate every day would be so good. But it's making me a little bit nauseated. I don't know, the milk and just that's the only thing to have for those 5 days. I have seen some other pre-op diets for the band that incorporates protein shakes, and you can have a piece of fish or a piece of chicken or something low fat. So even though my doctor says protein shakes, broth type thing, last night I did have a piece of grilled chicken and a little wedge of Laughing Cow cheese. I figured they had the same protein, same caloric, same fat content as the protein shake. And it let me have a little bit something to chew. It's a wild ride. I'm really super scared. I'm really nervous. Change is a good thing most of the time. I'm excited about the new things that are going to be happening, and a little bit scared about the new way of eating. I work in outside sales, so I'm in my car a lot, so it's really easy for me to swing by McDonald's or Wendy's or Hardee's or any of those great fast food places that kill all of us Americans eventually. So, I'm going to have to change that. I'm thinking about just getting me a little cooler to keep in my car for when I go out of town. I'm usually out of town a couple days a week. And just keep something there steadily handy for me that I can just grab. So that way I don't make any bad choices because, I can't make them anymore. Because if I do, the band won't work, and it's only a tool, and it's only as good as, you are to use it. I'm going to start doing some exercise today. I've got an elliptical that has just had clothes and other things hanging on it, and I'm sure all of you know that scenario. You get a piece of exercise equipment, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to use it. And it sits in your bedroom corner or it sits somewhere in your house, and it becomes a great hanger. I'm going to miss the hanging things on it, but maybe I'll get something, and every time I lose 5 pounds, I'll hang something on it just to remind me that, hey, you're doing what you need to be doing. And that way, the poor elliptical won't feel sad that it doesn't have anything hanging on it anymore. So, I need to make sure Betty Sue, my elliptical, stays fulfilled as well. But the big major thing for me this last 3 days is not having a regular Coke. I'm a huge Coke addict, like huge. Not nose candy Coke. However, if I was nose candy Coke, maybe I would be thin, but I would have a lot of other issues that wouldn't be good. As you get to know me, I've got a weird sense of humor. I'm always the funny, outrageous, big fat girl at work, and being in sales, you have to have a decent personality. I'm a little scared of what losing weight will mean. I think in some cases it'll be good because maybe will open up doors to people who first impressions say a lot, and I deal with a lot of shows and different things like that because I go to Branson is where I mainly sell and stuff. So you've got a lot of shows up there. So maybe there's some people who don't like fat people. It's always that thing, they look at you and the first thing they see is fat, and they don't see the person inside. Most of my customers who know me are like, my boss said one time, he's like, "You are the skinniest fat girl that I know." And I'm like, "Please explain." And he's like, "Well, because once you get to know you, you don't see the fat because you're so out there and you're so, you've got such a good personality and you've got a good attitude about life and, you've got a great self esteem." And for the most part, that's true. I do have a good self esteem. However, there's a part of me that doesn't, but I have to maintain this quote image that I have come up with to maybe cover my fat. I don't know. But anyway, my operation is Friday. Today is Sunday, April 27th. And I'm really excited about it. We're going to Kansas City to get it done, my husband and I. We're going to leave Thursday. I've got an appointment with my doctor at 3, meeting him. He'll tell me whatever and get all of my labs and stuff done on that Thursday. So I decided, because I usually have anxiety and panic attacks about traveling because I was in a bad car accident. So I'm not real thrilled about driving 4 hours from my hometown. But it's what I've got to do to make a healthier lifestyle choice. So I decided that since we're going to be up there Thursday, and I'm on a wonderful clear liquid diet by then, not even protein shakes. So I'll be having a lot of chicken broth and beef broth and jello and all that stuff that's just so wonderful that I so love not. That I would schedule my husband and I massages and me a facial, something just to get me looking forward to the surgery or going up to Kansas City. So I'm going to take some knitting along because I'm a knitter, which blows everybody's mind. That knows me because I don't fit the typical knitter. So I'm going to do that to try to keep my mind off of food. And that's the one good thing about knitting. So if you're a bander out there, a banded sister, banded brother, I don't want to leave you guys out. Knitting's really good because you can't sit in front of the TV and eat things because you've got 2 needles and you're knitting. So I'm hoping that will be a good place for me, is to do a lot of knitting and get a lot of pre-Christmas stuff done. Like I said, I'm a little bit scared just for the fact that, I go to a lot of functions, a lot of social functions with my job, meet and greet type thing, VIP events, things like that of course has food. So it's going to be a test of my patience, my will, and I'm not a fan of throwing up. It gives me anxiety, panicky feelings when I'm going to throw up. So I'm really, really scared about the whole, eating. And, I know that there's going to be those issues that I'm going to have. And everything that I've heard and I've, watched on YouTube and stuff has been really helpful, because everything that I've heard is that if you don't eat slow and if you don't eat small portions and, if you do the things you're not supposed to do, these things are going to happen. So I'm more likely to follow the rules. I've watched some great YouTube videos. Banded Wendy's great. If you're out there, hey girl. Sky Moon, you're like probably my favorite, just because, you're the same height, the same size, you look great, and your videos have been really, really helpful to me. And that's why I've decided to make this video, just because, if I can pay it forward and let someone else know that, there's other people out there dealing with the same stuff, and can't wait to get rid of the mommy mud flap, that part of your stomach that just hangs down, and I've coined it the mommy mud flap, which I think that's appropriate for most females who've had kids. So anyway, love to chat with people, and you can email me. Just like to get, a group of supporters out there, get to meet some folks to help me along my way, and maybe I can help someone else make a decision on their way too. And I will try to every Sunday to post a video. So my next one will be 2 days post-op, which is kind of exciting. You know, my husband's a huge supporter of this whole process for me. So, I mean, it's great if you have someone that can support you like that too. So, you know, 15 years overweight that I've been since I had my son. I can't keep blaming, oh, my son's 30 years old, it's baby fat, because it's not anymore. That worked for maybe the first 2 years after I had him. When my husband and I got married, I weighed 125, size 6, size 8, you know. Do I think I'll ever be back there again? Maybe not. Um, I'd be happy at an 11, 12. Right now, my goal is to get to 160 pounds, is where I would like to be. My first goal, of course, is to get to Wonderland. I want that to happen. Um, and, you know, just really hoping that everything goes good Friday. Scared, anxious, excited. Everything that happens when you're going on something like this. So, anyway, if you have any questions or have any comments, you know, hit me up and I will holler back at you. So, anyway, this is a G signing out. So, bon voyage, and until we meet again next Sunday, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.